Hi guys, it's Miss Blankenship here. Today, you're actually just gonna see my hands because I'm gonna try to work where you can really see my paper, okay? But we're gonna do a really pretty winter scene with two trees, and I hope that you'll just paint with me. And what we have for supplies, I hope you can see that. We've got yellow, we have some acrylic paints, okay? And if you don't have acrylic paints and you only have watercolor, totally fine. Or if even you only have crayons, totally fine. Remember, we can substitute, okay? But today I'm gonna work in acrylic paint. But like I said, if you only have markers, you can do that too. But we're gonna start with a yellow, a green, and three colors of blue, three shades of blue, a white, and a black, okay? Can you see that? We've got, on my little palette that I've used a million times, as you can see, we have got yellow, green, three colors of blue, and a black. Okay, cool. All right, so, matter of fact, we need a little more blue there. Let's see, we'll get it on our little, here we go. All right, so now we're going to start with our brush, and we've got a little water in our brush, where our brush is, in a little cup. Okay, so first things first. All right, we are gonna make a center of a really pretty yellow, a yellow circle, okay? A really pretty yellow circle. And I had a little black on my paintbrush, but that's okay. We'll put a little more yellow in there. All right, so we've got just a pretty yellow right there in the center. Then wash your brush. Here, let me move that over where I can see. Wash your brush. And then I'm gonna go to a green, all right? And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take that green and I'm gonna go around the circle of my yellow. The circle of my yellow. Can you see that? Yep, just like this. Like I said, if you only have colors or crayons or markers, you can do it just the same, okay? But if you have acrylic paints, one of the beauties of it is, and watercolors work like this too, is you can kind of smear them together to make some cool colors and some cool shades. All right, so after that, I'm gonna take my pretty lightest color blue, see that? And I'm gonna go around that green. I'm gonna go around that green just like that. And look, isn't that neat? It's just making kind of this really cool circles around each other, okay? Then you kind of go like this and start to flatten it out, the color, and blend it. If you have crayons, then you can just make that yellow, the green, and kind of go around and around and around. That'll be pretty too, okay? And then I'm gonna get this darker blue, and I'm gonna go around and around my lighter blue. If you have markers, you can do the same thing. And I'm just kind of making circles. And now what I'm doing is I'm just taking water and kind of starting to smear out my blue and make it kind of go out like this. But I want to add a little more blue, and there are no wrong or right. You know that. No wrong or right. You just kind of follow along what you feel, what feels right to you. Okay? Like if it feels good, feels right to you, you're enjoying it, go for it. And so I want to get a little tiny bit of black, but I only want to get it kind of barely black. I just want a watercolor kind of barely black, not anything really dark. So I'm going to get a lot more water on it to lighten it up. And you can kind of start to smear these colors together. Now you don't ever want to smear them together so much that they're brown, because if you kept smearing and smearing and smearing, it would be brown. But just kind of smearing them around so you've got kind of color on your paper. You see what's happening to my paper? It's just, I've got a little bit of color down here from that black, and I'm just making it kind of go, instead of going up and down, I'm still going in that shape that's kind of round. And I'm going to bring my color down here. See, I'm kind of making that curve like that. So my colors are not up and down. And I want to take my blue and kind of smear it out, make it go farther out. Now I want to rinse my brush, and I really want to make that center yellow. And I'm going to go over a little bit with that green. There. Add some pretty green, kind of pull it out a little bit. And you can do like this with your brush, which is kind of fun. You can kind of make it go like this. Big circles, big circles, big circles, big circles. Look at that. See? Look, big circles. And that's all you've done. And you've just taken it, you've gone from yellow to green to light blue to a darker blue to a darker blue to black. And you've always making big circles. Okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna clean your paintbrush off. And you're gonna get your black. Now, like I said, if you have markers or you have crayons, that's fine, because you can do the same thing. I am gonna start at the bottom, and I am gonna make 2 tree branches. One goes up about that high, and I wanna make it kind of thicker at the bottom. So I fill it in. See this? Can you see what I'm doing? Make it thicker at the bottom. And then I want to do another tree branch. This one I want to make smaller, but still thicker at the bottom. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to make something really simple. All you're going to do is you're going to make tree branches, and we're going to make them really easy tree branches. It's just like start at the top. It's almost like the tree has a little hat, and then you're going to just make a branch, a branch, a branch, and as you go down, you just make them a little bit longer, and a little bit longer. You see that? Then over here on the other side, you're just gonna go and right even with where you made the ones on the left side, you're gonna make them on the right side. And they just get a little bit bigger as you go down. Do you see? There you go. All right, now let's go over here on the other side. So I'm gonna dip my paintbrush back in that black a little bit, and I'm gonna make the tiniest branch up at the top. Gets a little bigger, little bigger, little bigger, little bigger, little bigger, and then just match it on the other side. And you know, you can make it kind of curve up like that, or your branches can go straight out. Whatever you want to do. So now you've got two really pretty Christmas trees. Well, I call them Christmas trees because it's Christmassy and they remind me of that. But they can be any kind of tree. And now I'm going to switch brushes, but you don't have to if you don't want to. And I am going to get my white and put my white on my palette. Squeeze that paint out. Now, if you don't have paint, that's okay. You can use your marker or your crayon. And what we're gonna do now is we are gonna give, I love this part, we're gonna give our trees some snow, okay? So how we do that is we just take that white and if you want, you can wait until your black dries, which that way it won't smear. You can wait until that black dries. You can go have lunch or dinner. But I'm just taking some white on the top of those branches, and I'm just kind of dotting it like that. Like I said, if you want to wait until the black dries, it makes it a little easier where it doesn't smear. But this starts to look so pretty. And you just make these little little dots all on the top of your tree branch. Look here. So can you see how it's starting to look? Let me get this brush out of the way. See? All right, so now I'm gonna go over to the other tree. I'm gonna make these pretty little dots, little snow dots. And you can add as much or as little as you want. I like to make the little snow dots all the way across. See? All right, now here's my favorite part. Okay, so in this winter sky, there is snow everywhere. So we're gonna put white dots everywhere, all over our gorgeous winter sun. You see? Starts to look so pretty. All right, look. So this is a winter sun. See the snow falling? Look, it looks so pretty. I can't wait to see yours. Please show me, upload them, or email them to me if you want to. I'd love to see them. Okay, beauties, enjoy your art today.